Hi, hello, this is Oshuma. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Come in, sit down, feel safe, and let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Miss the KeKe Palmer. Do you hear me? KeKe Palmer is out here looking beautiful and slaying. And I just love that she is really embracing, the woman that she has become and, the body that her child has provided her. And I think it's one of those things that are very, very much like on a spiritual level, being able to birth a human being. And then, to later have to kind of, recuperate from that. But at the same time, just being able to sit in it and enjoy it. I don't know, that's just me, y'all. I haven't had kids. Just for me, that's just something that I've always thought about. But let's get into KeKe the Palmer, okay? Miss KeKe Palmer, keep a bag. So like I said, she's been looking beautiful, her hair, her makeup, this whole era and aesthetic has been just really just chef's kiss. And well, the one thing I will say, she released an album, and the album is called Big Boss KeKe, and it is actually a pretty good album. If you have not checked any of KeKe Palmer's songs before, I do recommend going in and checking her catalog. She has been making music for some time now, and I think that for me, this album has really been like a great and beautiful a piece of art, because it really just uses also cinematography to tell her autobiography in a way, and just kind of tell her story from her perspective. And I think she did a very great job. She ended up releasing it with Amazon, I believe, and some other platforms. Also too, I believe that the album was filmed, the visuals for it were filmed with her KeKe TV network that coincided with a deal with Amazon. So just to clarify, our girl has her own network, okay? And so I'm just really happy that she was able to create her own platform to really showcase what it is that she has, because we know KeKe is multifaceted, multi-talented, but I think more than ever people are paying more attention to her music now. Now she is currently on tour, and it looks like she is doing it. Like, she's singing, the mic is on, okay? She's hitting those full-on choreography, the stage sets, and the dancers have been great. So I watched her during the Broccoli Fest concert on YouTube, of course, because I was in there, and she did a phenomenal job. I was thoroughly, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I would say, if you would like to get into KeKe Palmer, just listen to some of her music, listen to her newer album, and see if the tour is for you. The next topic we're going to talk about is, Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. I don't really get too caught up into, celebrities' relationships, to be honest, quite honest with you. I could care less. Now, there are some couples that I do like, oh, wow, they're really cute. Or, oh, wow, I could see them working for a long period of time. Because one thing we know, girl, is marriages and relationships in Hollywood do not last that long, because there's so many things that, happen, and, so many other things that are at play when it comes to Hollywood. So I never really get too caught up or too involved in people's relationship unless it's like a big old scandal and it's like, has me in disbelief. I'm like, well, listen, I need to put my Nancy Drew hat and I must push forward, and oh no, y'all, but like, yeah, I'd be a little bit nosy. But basically what's been happening is that there were rumors that Iman Shumpert cheated on her again and that they are separating. Now, it's none of our business, to be honest, because, a lot of people are going through the same situation and they've had to go on ahead and figure out what it is that they needed to do with their relationship. What matters the most is the opinion of the people that are in it, okay? So I think when it comes to the relationship, the only people's opinions that really matter is Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert. Now, there has been rumors circulating around for some time that they were into doing threesomes and stuff like that they were in an open marriage. Who the hell knows? Because it's not like TMZ is going into these people's houses and asking them in-depth detail about the Dora the Explorer tease, of all the stuff that they do, for lack of a better word. But I would say, honestly, I'm not surprised, because, like I said, Hollywood has a lot of relationships that end up not working. And that is, when you are in a relationship in Hollywood, there's so many lenses that are on you. You have, like, very macroscopic. There's only a few people that have been able to really make sure that their relationship is fully private and that the public is not all up in their business. And there's a lot of things that they have to, do to make sure that it stays that way. And so when I heard about the news of Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor separating, I wasn't particularly surprised because they have had, relationship problems in the past. And so there's this thing of like, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, I'm not gonna come in here and judge either of them because nobody knows their full relationship into depth. I know that they had a TV show that was surrounding their family because they do have 2 kids, and so beautiful children, by the way, beautiful. That family is gorgeous. Teyana Taylor's mom, like her blood genes, y'all. Listen, those are some beautiful people, okay? And so for me, they've literally, been on TV showing some other stuff in their relationship and with their family. So I think maybe that's why people are more invested in the relationship than other celebrities. I believe for me, if I was a celebrity, I don't think I would ever want a reality TV show of me and my family and me and my relationship, because that's one of the things that you have to keep private with you and very close to your heart in your life, because I don't know. It's like once you allow people to have too many says and opinions, stuff like that, it can be very daunting of like every day when you wake up, all of a sudden there's another tabloid, there's another rumor, there's another this and that. So I would pull a Dolly Parton. Still to this day, like, we know who Dolly Parton's husband is. We know some information about him, but like, we've never really seen this man's face. That's how you go, okay? But like I said, especially if there's 2 stars in a relationship, it can be hard to do that. Iman Shumpert is a famous NBA player, and Teyana Taylor is a famous, singer, actress, and model. So of course the public eye is going to be more on them. But it's very interesting how this is like kind of playing out in the media. If I were them, I will kind of just keep my family out of the media for right now, kind of lay low and not really do too much. Like I said, there is a whole family involved in this. She is married to him and they have 2 kids. And so it is more important to actually deal with this in a very sensitive manner. And so I think, taking some time out, just figuring things out, going to family counseling, just things like that are what's important right now. And so, but I do know that they both have a job to do at the end of the day, which is very much to entertain the public in some sort of way or fashion, and that can be hard at times to kind of do that as you're dealing with things in your private life. So I don't know, y'all. I wish them the best. We'll see how this happens, but they're a very beautiful family and I would hate to see this happen. The next thing I want to talk about is Drake and the Halle Berry situation that's going on, where Drake made this song and he used Halle Berry's picture from Nickelodeon where she was slimed as the cover art for the actual song, right? And so basically Halle Berry was like, when he made this, he didn't call me, he didn't contact my team, he didn't give me a heads up or nothing. The only thing I know is I woke up one day and my face was plastered on a Drake, song on a Drake album. And so it's really bringing up the conversation of proprietary, rather, who owns the picture, the person that's in the picture or the person who took the picture. So a lot of people have been saying that, they don't feel like Drake should, be at fault for this, because if she doesn't own the picture and Drake went through the proper channels to get the picture approved, then he owes her nothing. But at the same time, I think like it's common courtesy to know that how the history of how music industry people have treated artists, and how a lot of times they will take the image of an artist and they will do whatever they want with it, and the artist will not even gain 1 penny. Like in this instance, it was wrong what occurred, because if you know that an artist's image and likeness is going to be used in your art, I think the common courtesy is to reach out to them, especially because you're Drake. You know what I mean? Your team can get in touch with so many other celebrities and so many people, even somebody at the, even like that's like lowest, I'm not gonna say lowest position because I don't want to sound like a jerk, but you know what I mean, like even if it was an assistant or somebody, you could get in touch with them to be like, hey, yo, by the way, you know, I was very inspired by this picture. I really want to, you know, use it as part of my art, and this is the reason why. And, you know, I'm going to move forward with it because I've already went through the proper channels to get the picture approved. I just want to give you the heads up that it's going to be used. You know what I mean? I do give Drake blame in regards to how the situation is pinning out because it didn't have to be that way. And so, like I said, in Hollywood, a lot of the time when it comes to the likeness of black artists, they have not been able to profit off of it. And that's for me. Do whatever it is that you want as an artist. Do whatever it is your heart desires as an artist, as long as you are benefiting from it and you're not allowing somebody else to profit off of the hard work that you're doing, or you know, whatever it is that you're doing. This is really holding up the topic of how misogynoir rap can be. You know what I mean? This genre has always been, you know, misogynoir, where the image of black women has always been used by men for profit, as opposed to the other way around, or, you know, as opposed to the woman owning their own likeness and image. So I do think that he should have given her a heads up. So another thing I want to talk about is shouts out to Atlanta, and I hope that, you know, the people that are affected by this thunderstorm are able to recover. So a thunderstorm basically, you know, reaped through Atlanta and it caused massive floods. There was videos on the internet of people's cars going under, people trying to swim, you know, out of the water, people trying to just make it to safety. So it's very sad what's going on in Atlanta, and I really hope that the city is able to step in, FEMA is able to step in, and really help the people that are in need, because I know for a fact some of those houses are heavily damaged, and there has been some people, you know, there are some people that have been misplaced, and so I really hope that they get the best care. And listen, the thing is, the government is slow sometimes to kind of like, you know, react to, you know, to these things. You know, sometimes they wait for the local level to help first and then they step in, which I don't know if this is proper procedure, but I really hope that they do get the help that they need and that they're able to recover from the losses that they've had. But it's bad, y'all. I'm talking about like whole SUVs underwater, mudslides. It's been pretty bad. I'm gonna insert in some pictures. If you have any family in Atlanta, please check up on them, message them, text them, give them a phone call. And if you're in Atlanta and you're going through this, I'm so sorry. I hope, you know, you the best, and I hope that you're able to find the resources to go on and help you. And so I, you know, pray out to you and your family, and I hope you guys, you know, are safe.